welcome back to Red Vibe and welcome back to the Charlton Athletic career mode. Today we are embarking on episode 2. We have our new signing. Now, I'm sure a lot of you noticed in the last episode I was a bit confused. I was waiting for it all to be confirmed like it was Football Manager, and it appears I haven't played this game for a long time because once you've got the negotiations done and he's accepted, that means the player has already joined your squad. I should have just checked really, but he has already joined the squad. So here he is, the new Charlton Athletic right back. His name is Champagne Naruse. He can play right back, right wing back and right mid as we discussed yesterday. So yeah, very, very pleased with that. We want to get a couple more through the door today. And also here in the squad hub, if we go down to a particular individual by the name of Macaulay Bonne, we should get him on the transfer list right now because he's actually gone in real life today for £2 million to QPR. Now, if we go over here to financial, how much is Bonne actually worth? 1 million, it says. So we're probably not going to get, that's crazy. We're not going to get 2 million for him probably on the career mode. It's probably going to be more, like it says there, in the region of 1 million. So, I mean, we have to be a bit reactive with this career mode, seeing as the transfer window is currently still open. Noticing a lot of our players are only on 1-year contracts as well. So we need to make sure we set aside some budget to make sure we can renew some of these contracts. Now, Dylan Levitt, this is another topic I wanted to speak about because the last few career modes we've had Chelsea loanees, Jay Da Silva, Conor Gallagher, of course, last season. And they weren't actually considered parts of the Chelsea squad. So they were not loan players, but they were just basically freebies that Charlton got permanently on their books as a result of Chelsea, I suppose, having just this massive, ridiculous squad. So my question is, does Dylan Levitt fall under that bracket? And do you know what? I think he does. Oh, he's on loan. No, he doesn't actually. That is a lie. So he is going to return to Manchester United. Yeah, it is a loan situation we've got going on, which is a shame, but I mean, again, more realistic, and you can never complain about the realism. So let's have a look at what else we want to get stuck into in today's episode. And I think probably the first thing is to have a look at this new interactive match sim. So the player sharpness is not the greatest, I'll be honest with you. You've got players in the 40s, you've got players in the 50s. Generally, we're not looking too great for sharpness wise, but it is the preseason tournament. We have got the interactive match sim, so if we sim it and we like go a goal down, I can actually jump in and try and save our bacon a little bit. Now, I don't like the idea of using Bonne considering he's actually not a Charlton player, so we're actually going to stick Lapsley out there on the right hand side, which probably is going to affect us negatively quite a lot, but I think we're going to have to do it. What does Morgan go to? He's only a -1 on the right, actually. He's got a little bit of pace, maybe slightly more. I think it's just pace, really, that he's got better. Yeah, so Morgan's slightly better suited out there. He's only a 58 rated out on that right-hand side. Maybe Washington, I suppose, on the right might. Yeah, he goes to a +1, so that's actually probably our best option. And that is what we're going to go into the tournament with. And I wonder if we want to stick anyone else on the bench. I'm thinking maybe Sarpong Wiradou instead of Powell. And then I think we probably need some sort of attacking player. So we'll put Davison on the bench as well. And that's what we'll do. I think that's going to be our starting 11 for the very first game. And our bench for the very first game as well. So let's get into this first game. So our opponent, actually, I think, I'm just saying this purely because I know them, like I know this name, but FC Zurich, I think, are the hardest opponent that we're going to have in this group. Really bothering me on the right-hand side that there's no sponsor on our kit. It's really strange. So, hang on, I've just pressed play match, but I don't actually know if we can sim it once we get to this point, so we can. Okay, so you actually have two options. You can sim or you can quick sim. We're going to sim it because I want to see that live ticker and I want to be able to jump in just in case things go badly for us. You've seen our squad. Oh, I love how it all pops up now. That's really, really good. So much more, like, I don't know, substantial than the last few career mode, FIFAs for career mode. And here we go. We kick off. So we get this nice little like graphic of what's going on in the game. It's reasonably fast. So we can jump in if we need to. If we go like 2-0 up and it's like half time, I might just skip the rest of the game if that's something that you can do. I don't actually know. We're able to do that. Oh, we've scored. It's Johnny Williams from the left wing with a goal. I wasn't really paying attention, but we've managed to bag one. So that's a good start for the boys. Now, can we... Oh, look, you can change your game plan. You can go to ratings, stats. They've got a chance. No. Okay, well, we're all good. Let's see if we can... we've got the long ball offensive style. I didn't realise that. Maybe we'll have to change that. Although, it's clearly working for the boys so far. Let's see if we can get a second goal here. Who's that? It's going to be our new right back. Keeping a lot of... the ball for a lot of time there, and we can't get the... ball in the back of the net. All right, let's have a look and see if we can skip this if we need to. It's a little chance for them in the box. Good defending, and we get it away. It's up to Connor Washington. Is that offside? It's not. It's going to be a little opportunity for us here. Turn. Put the ball in. Someone score, please. Someone score a second. Score it. Here we go. 2-0. It's going to be Connor Washington this time with the goal from that right-hand side. We love to see it. I really don't know if you can skip this. It looks like you can't. There's the player ratings, just if you were wondering. Chuck Sanike is playing a blinder, it seems. I think he's got an assist at least. And then the goals obviously coming from the right and the left-hand side. Washington and Williams. It looks like we can't... Oh, we can jump to results. So let's do that. We'll jump to the result. And it is just at full time a 2-0 victory. So we haven't missed anything there. And we actually were outpossessed by FC Zurich there. But, you know, a 2-0 win, you really can't complain. I think I might have to change that long ball style. But 3 points on the board. Good start. So after that victory, you can see we are here in the development plan for Alfie Doughty. And you can see he's currently on a left wing back training regime or development plan, whatever we're going to call this. So it's 6 weeks until he gets to the next rating, it seems, as a left wing back. However, if we press the R2 button, we can actually change his position. And it shows you, like, for example, it would take him 104 weeks. So that's, what's that, like 2 years, literally, to become a centre-back. And if we go over to something like a left midfield, it's going to only take 21 weeks for him to develop into that. So what about like a centre-forward, 86 weeks, a right winger's 41, a left winger's also 41. So maybe we'll drop our formation a bit deeper to like a 4-5-1, because it seems like the wingers and stuff we're going for, and we've got in the club already, are all midfielders as opposed to wingers. But we'll select this. We'll go for a left midfielder training plan, and I believe that will basically make him a left midfielder in 21 weeks. It says development plans have regular growth when a player is in average form. So yeah, I think if a player's on better form, he grows quicker, which is very interesting. Can we also develop, after he's become a left midfielder, his growth and his skill moves and that sort of stuff? Okay, it looks like it's going to, first of all, take that amount of time, which is 21 weeks, just to get to the point where he can be a left midfielder. And then I think after that, we can then start training specific stats, training his work rate or whatever we want, his skill moves and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do with Alfie Doughty. Let's see if there's anybody else that we want to change. So we're here now on the development plan of our new signing, Shumpei Naruse. And if you stick the growth on balanced, it says it will take 18 weeks for him to get to his next rating, the 64. If we go to a wide back, that reduces down to 13 weeks, and it also trains different types of stats. What I do want is to make sure that we're training the sprint speed, so I think the attacking wide back could be a good option here, which improves his his stamina, his slide tackle, his ball control, lots of different passing stats, and his sprint speed as well. I like that. Inverted, I don't like that so much because it's more to do with dribbling. Although you do get a good standing tackle there. I'm thinking probably to do attacking wide back. So that's what we're going to do for Naruse. And that's going to give us a lot more options with pace and passing from that right-hand side, which is good. So I'm just going to go through a few different players here. So for example, Lapsley is going to go up to a 60 in 3 weeks. And we're going to have him to as a box-to-box midfielder. Balanced takes 9 weeks. And then the rest of them basically take only 3 weeks, which is good. So box to box, I think, is probably more what Lapsley's about. Gives us a little bit of a well-rounded improvement to some of his stats, so I think that's what we'll go with for him. Pratley, we're going to make a ball-winning midfielder. It says it will take 5 weeks for him to improve. Johnny only takes 2 weeks for a left winger. So that's good. So we can do that to Johnny. We're going to go for a poacher for Josh Davison, which you can see kind of ups his finishing and his stamina mainly, as well as his reactions, a little bit of dribbling, and also his sprint speed. Seems like the best option for Chuks Anike is the target man option, which only takes 11 weeks. So if we go up to target man, you can see that's going to pretty much focus on his shooting and his dribbling, as well as a lot of the physical attributes, which obviously Chuks is renowned for, so that's good. We're going to go for the complete striker, I think, for Washington. The pace is okay for League One. I think we're probably more worried about his shooting and dribbling stats. So we're going to go for complete striker for him. Gilby is already like a very, very nicely well-rounded midfielder. So I think sticking him on balanced, or maybe actually making him a box-to-box, could be good, because we get a little bit of passing increase. We also get that finishing up nice. His pace is already good. His stamina is already fantastic. His dribbling's not too bad. So I'm thinking probably a box-to-box would be quite good for Alex Gilby. And I don't think anybody else we're really going to touch. There's a fair few players that we've kind of zoned into some specific stats on them, and you know, focused on some areas and some stats that really we do need some extra quality. So I'm happy with that. We'll leave everybody else on sort of balanced or the default for now. And let's crack on and see if we can get a few more signings through the door, as well as some more results in this this pre-season tournament. So I said that I'd only make one more signing beyond the right back that we got in the last episode. However, with the sort of inevitable sale of Macaulay Bonne, we are going to need a striker. Now, Ronnie Schwartz, he is a player that we've been heavily linked with in real life. Even as I'm recording this video, like it might be announced today that we sign somebody like this. I've kept it true to that Danish striker that we want to get in, and I've gone for two actually very promising youngsters. It doesn't tell us their rating, but I know they're in the, I think, like mid-60s, these two, and they are young, upcoming talents that are Danish, and they play for the, I think, Danish champions FC Copenhagen. So we've got Jonas Wind, and we've also got Mikkel Kaufmann. Now, I think I prefer the idea of getting a slightly younger player in. And also, I know for a fact this guy, and it even says there, his sprint speed is good. And sprint speed is something that Charlton are definitely lacking at the moment. The second position that obviously we want to go for is a right winger / right midfielder. Now, Smith Rowe is a player that was brilliant on the FIFA 20 Charlton career mode, but we never quite managed to get the best, or he never lived up to his potential, because we cut the series short a little bit earlier than planned. So to see him really grow and become a Premier League quality player for Charlton in this career mode, I think is going to be really, really good for us. If we can get him through the door, that will be very, very good. What I am going to do, though, is wait for Smith Rowe to be scouted before we do that. However, with Kaufmann, I believe he's actually got a release clause, and he has, which gives us an indication of how much we should be paying for this guy. So I think what I'm actually going to do, rather than just paying the negotiation, paying the release clause, I'm going to go in and begin negotiations with the club and see if I can get him for slightly less than that. We may not be able to do it, but we're certainly going to try. So let's see if we can do so. So they've come back and accepted a £1.7 million bid, which is fairly underneath his release clause. But we are going to have to give them a 5% sell-on clause, which I'm happy to oblige by. So we'll accept that. And yeah, we're going to sign ourselves Kaufmann as long as we can agree terms with him personally. So let's see if we can do that. And here he is with his agent, and let's see what he wants. He wants to be an important player. If I can counter that with rotation, that might be good. No, he's not happy with that. Okay, well, we'll accept that. He's going to be an important player for us. And there we go. We have managed to get Kaufmann through the door. The brand new striker is going to come in and automatically take the place of Macaulay Bonne. We're going to try and wait and see whether we get offers in for Macaulay Bonne, but we're probably going to avoid playing him for the time being and go with this new signing that we've just got in the door. Smith Rowe, as I said, we will wait until he's been scouted a bit further so we can gauge of what kind of figure to go in with. But for now, we've got two new signings in the door. One is the right back, and the second is, of course, that brand new striker Kaufmann, who we're going to stick on the bench ahead of Davison. And that automatically makes us a lot stronger. So let's have a look at this guy. He is a 65 rated striker, so just about the correct rating for our first team. He's got 78 pace, which is good. 64 shooting for this level, not bad. We can work on it. He's 62 physical, 61 dribbling. And of course, he's only 19 years old, so plenty of seasons in the bag for Kaufman to develop into something hopefully special for Charlton in this league and in the leagues above. Fingers crossed. So another new feature of the FIFA 21 career mode is this weekly schedule, which enables you to set rest days, recovery days, and training days in order to optimize your sharpness and fitness for a game day. So I need to just experiment with this because I've got absolutely no idea like what's the best way to do it. But we'll definitely learn on the job. So it seems at the moment we've got a recovery day, then a rest day before our next friendly. Then we've got a recovery followed by training followed by rest. Now that seems completely reasonable to me, to be perfectly honest. So I'm not actually going to change it right now. And maybe when we start to get closer towards the beginning of the actual season and we can look at our calendar on a week by week basis and it's not so much like such a weird schedule, maybe we can have a revisit of that. But good to sort of start thinking about it. Now Swansea have come in here and they want to offer a player to us, which is, this doesn't normally happen. Jordi Govia and an additional fee of £460,000 in exchange for Deji Oshilaja. Let's have a look at this player because I've got absolutely no clue who he is, how good he is. So we can view the exchange player right now. Okay, so he's a 21-year-old left wing back and he's only 57 rated. So yeah, not somebody I'm particularly interested in. And to get rid of Deji Oshilaja right now, I think would be silly. So let's actually just straight up reject that offer. But very, very interesting to see that actually teams come to you and offer you players, which could be such a groundbreaking new feature and just make it so much more interesting, like the transfer negotiations you're going to be doing with various clubs. Okay, so here is our second game of the episode. I think we might again just do the sim, and if we start going 2-0 up again, we'll just skip it. If it goes sour, we'll maybe jump in. And it might be a good time to try out some different players as well. So that is how we're going to line up. We're giving a chance to young Ben Dempsey. We're also bringing Dylan Levitt into the starting 11. We've kept with Washington, Oztuma, Oshilaja and Purrington purely because of a sort of lack of alternative options. We've got Doughty up there on the left wing and we've got Sarpong Wiridu, Pratley who comes into centre-back and Kaufman, of course, the debut striker up top. So probably a lot more of a difficult ask this time because we've got a slightly weaker squad rating-wise fielded here. We're going to sim the match. If we go 1-0 down, I'm tempted to jump in, but let's see how we do against this opposition. Well, we're going to work it. We're going to work it. Here we go. In towards the box. Let's score the goal. Come on, boys. Oh, it's a great save. I don't know who took the shot in the end. Was it possibly Levitt? Corner comes in. Away it goes. Okay, 0-0 at half-time. We're going to resume the game. And when it gets to like 60 minutes, maybe we'll make a couple of substitutions. Fitness-wise, Purrington probably needs to come off along with Connor Washington. But our hands are kind of tied with options there. We do need to get Smith Rowe hopefully in the door if we can. Sooner rather than later. Here we go. Dempsey. Oh, come on. Take him on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Go on, Doughty. Finish it. We have. He's gone. We've taken the lead. It's Alfie Doughty. We don't need to jump in yet. We have not needed to use the jump in feature at all so far because the boys are just doing a fantastic job on their own for me. They don't need me. They don't even need me. We are going to still make a substitution just for the sake of fitness though. And let's not concede right now either. Well played, whoever that is, number 40. Wiridu actually defending well there at the back post. And, oh, they've actually equalised from a corner there. It's Podstavski. And you know what? I'll take a draw here. I'll take a draw. But I think it's about time we maybe jump into the team management option for the first time ever in the interactive match sim. So let's have a look at what we can do here. I'm thinking about bringing on... Who's got a bit of finishing stats? Lapsley or Morgan? Just about Lapsley. But I still actually think I'm going to go with Gilby there. And then I'll probably go with Purrington to come off for Naruse. Will I though? No, actually, I'll go for Morgan to come on for Washington. I'll leave Purrington on the pitch for now. And we'll do that. And that will happen, I think, next time the ball goes out of play. Or maybe immediately. I really have no idea. Oh, a little chance for them. Well played. We need to get that away. Oh, they've scored. They've equalised. Okay. We're going to have to use it, guys. We're going to have to jump in. It's time to jump into the match. 15 minutes to go. Can we salvage at least a draw as we experience our first taste of gameplay in FIFA 21? Okay, not long left to salvage something from this game. And they seem to have a lot of possession. Can we get possession back? Well done, Purrington. It's actually a terrible header. Very, very strange heading mechanic there. And it'd be interested to see that on the replay because Purrington got his head behind it, but it just seemed to like automatically go to their striker. That could be a horrible thing if that continues to happen all the time. But we have conceded, so this game's probably gone now. So Purrington was... Why did that happen? Purrington was in such a good position to head it. Maybe that's because of his fitness. He is probably the least fit player on the pitch. And perhaps that is the reason why. Yeah, we've seen that happen there. But Kaufman, can he get a goal back just on his debut to try and... They're not running with me. They're being very lazy, these boys. Maybe it's because we've got long ball style on. I think I need to get that off. Kaufman. Oh, unlucky. Come on, sprint for it, sprint for it, sprint for it. And it looks like that is going to be the last action of the game. And I jumped in. I tried to save my team, but we ended up with a 3-1 loss. And I'm definitely going to have to get used to this gameplay because that Purrington header has just thrown me off of like the ball physics in this game. And look, I think they're going to show the replay here. Look, he was in such a good position there, and I was definitely not pointing that way with the direction. So, yeah, maybe that just indicates how important like fitness is in a match. And it also would indicate that we probably need ourselves a centre-back and a left-back as well. But I did limit myself to 1 or 2 transfers, so we'll see how much I can stick to that. Yeah, let's advance, and that's unfortunately a little loss there for us in the tournament, but we can still qualify. So Leganes have come in with a £1.65 million bid for Johnny Williams. I am not really particularly interested in selling him, particularly right at the beginning of this career mode, so we're just going to straight out reject that one. So as we continue to try and attempt to find out what's the best way to do training, like what is the best way to get our fitness and sharpness both up to scratch, we've got another decent training week. We only got a C on the timed lob through pass, I think mainly because of the personnel I had. But the other 2, I actually got an A on them. So you can see that sharpness going up for most players there. And others, though, not so much, like Josh Davison's below a 50. So I don't know, like, what is bad, like, what's terrible for match sharpness. Like, on Football Manager, anything below sort of, like, 70 and you're going to struggle. So I wonder what the actual figures are for struggling for match sharpness on this game. And we have got just suddenly now a transfer offer in for Macaulay Bond for 1.15 million, which is actually good. So I'm not even gonna beat around the bush. I'm just gonna accept that. I know it's less than we got in real life, but when the valuation of him on this game is 1 million, and someone comes in for 1.1, there's not a lot you can do other than accept it. So that's gonna free up a little bit more money. I know we've already got quite a lot of money because we did the 10 million extra amount, but certainly we don't mind having a 1.1 million increase to that budget at all. People still wanting to sign Johnny Williams from me. We're not having it. So I think, guys, for the end of this episode, we're actually going to play this game, or we'll sim it, and then we'll hopefully not have to jump in, but we will if we need to. We are second in the group as it stands, so a positive result here would mean that we hopefully go through to the knockouts, and we can then finish that in the next episode. I'm noticing things take a lot longer because there's so many more details to the game, which I actually am very, very pleased about. Once we get the hang of it, hopefully we can go a little bit quicker. We just need to make a couple changes here. Jason Pearce can come back in. And yeah, should all be good. So here we go then, the final action of today's episode. We have got this game against Niort. We've sorted out the starting 11. We're going to sim the match here. And everybody's looking pretty fresh. I know Washington's having quite a shift out on that right wing. But I have faith in him for now until we can get somebody in. Hopefully, as I said earlier, Smith Rowe will be the man for us. Probably next episode we'll look to get that deal over the line. But we have got a Nike back up front for us. We've got Forster-Caskey and Gilby back in. We've also got a Naruse back in at right back. Let's see if the boys can get a result in this pre-season tournament fixture to qualify us for the knockouts. Okay, here we come. Somebody's got a chance in the box. It's going to be our number 7, Johnny Williams, with his second goal of the tournament. Believe his second goal of the tournament. And he's put it in the 14th minute for Charlton to take the lead. Love to see that. Here we go. Williams has won that. Oh, it's a good save from the keeper. In the end, it was Forster-Caskey with the chance. Good save. Quite central shot, though. Oh, no. Here come New York. They've got a chance in the box. He's turned. Oh, he's turned his man. But a great save from Dylan Phillips. That's why we haven't sold him yet. But let's see if we can keep this clean sheet because they are starting to threaten now in this game. Here we go. Chance for Anike. He's got to bury this. And he has. It's 2-0 to Charlton. And I think I'm in a pretty confident state of mind to go ahead and skip this game to the result now. And they did pull one back. We made a couple of subs, but ultimately we got the 3 points we needed. And that means that we will be qualifying for the knockout round, I believe, as long as the other team didn't get either of the other two teams didn't get a greater goal difference than us. I'm pretty sure we've qualified though. And yes, we have, because we can see we are in the semi-final against Castellon. So those will be the two games we concentrate, hopefully 2 games if we get to the final. Yeah, those will be the games that we concentrate on in the next episode. And also, of course, we're going to try and sign ourselves a right winger so that Washington doesn't have to keep doing a job slightly out of position out on the right-hand side. The squad's actually quite small, maybe smaller than I initially realised it was going to be when I started this career mode. Maybe, guys, I might have to break my rule and maybe add 1 or 2 more than I initially said I would to the squad. Let me know what you think about that. Of course, we could maybe try and get to January without doing so and then maybe spend more in January. But yeah, let me know how you guys would like me to do it. And yeah, another good episode. Very, very much enjoying all the new features of this career mode. And I will see you in episode 3, which will be coming tomorrow. So I will see you then. Take care, and I'll see you later.